This is Jacob.
Hi everybody. Hello. We're all having a good time. We're here with Kitagawa-san, translator. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I just wanted to start out and thank everyone for coming here and having a great weekend, coming out to see amazing stars like Kitagawa and the wonderful work they do in our favorite movies. Later on, we will do some Q&A, so if you get some questions boiling up, when I give the go-ahead, we'll take questions from the audience, but we'll just take some time and have some questions for Mr. Kitagawa. I wanted to start out with the beginnings of his career with Japan Action Club. How did that start out? Like, how do you join Japan Action Club?
いろんなところでいつも言ってるんですけれども、子供の時からウルトラマンになりたくてジャパンアクションクラブに入りました。
Wherever I go, I always say, but since I was a child, little child, I really wanted to be an Ultraman, and I was inspired by Ultraman. That's how I started.
今同じ会場にウルトラマンがいてとても嬉しいです。
I'm very happy that there is an Ultraman in this building.
Have you met him yet?
Of course.
So, I know that Sonny Chiba ran Japan Action Club, but were there other mentor figures in that schooling, in that club, just that trained you to be a stuntman or to perform as like all these like Sentai kind of roles and whatnot?
いやアクションアクションのお仕事以外では中国武術をやっていたので、その時の先生はいらっしゃいます。
So besides action, Japan Action Club, he used to do a martial art, Chinese martial arts. So that teacher, master, was his mentor too.
Awesome. And I know the gentleman, I might need to pull my notes to get his name, he played Gavon. In the Kaiju Masterclass interview, you said that was one of your senpais?
Kenji Oba.
Kenji Oba, that's his name. Can you tell us a little bit
大好きな先輩で、その人の代わりをたまにやったりしていたので、もう本当に尊敬して、あの人の動きを真似してここまで来たって感じです。
So I really respect him. He's my favorite senpai, and he copied his movements a lot. That really helped him to create his movement and the training.
What was your first major role coming out of Japan Action Club, like for television?
テレビで最初にやった大きな役は何ですか？大きな役。自分のキャリアの中で。ジャパンアクションクラブ。
初めて主役をやった。
初めて主役をやったのはバトルフィーバー J っていう戦隊のミスアメリカという女性役です。
Yeah, the first big role was Miss America.
Battle Fever J.
Battle Fever J.
Oh, Battle Fever J. Have you guys seen that? Oh yeah, good show.
みんな知ってますか？
Do you know? Have you seen that?
I've seen it.
ありがとう。
What about Akumaiser 3? Was that another one?
アクマイザー3は私のデビュー作です。
It's his debut production.
兵隊でキュキュキュキュキュキュってやれるやん。
He was a soldier role in kiki kiki kiki.
And I hear from a couple of people that your favorites are like Bioman and Die Ranger. Can you tell us a little bit about why those are your favorites?
それも好きな作品ですか？
もちろん自分が主役やってた番組だから大好きですよ。
Of course, I love it because I was the leading character.
で自分は体がちっちゃいので女性の吹き替えのスタントとかが多くて男の男性のキャラクターの主役はバイオマンのブルース・リーが初めてです。
Since he was short, so he did a lot of female characters. So for the male character role, it's
バイオマンですね。
Bioman. Is
初めて。
が男のキャラクターは初めてです。
the first character, the male character he did was Bioman.
その前にさっき言ったケンジさん、大場健二さんがやってたバトルビーバーとデンジマンでバトルケニアとかデンジブルーをたまにやっていたので、そこで男の動きを覚えた。そうです。
He used to do the understudy, the substitute for Oba Kenji-san. So he learned how to move as a male character in
ケニアですか？
バトルケニア、
Battle Kenya,
デンジブルー。
Denji Blue.
And what about Die Ranger? What was your role in Die Ranger?
ダイレンジャーでも何の役をやりましたか？
ダイレンジャーではシュレンジャーです。
シュレンジャー。
シシレンジャー。
He played a Shishi Ranger.
グリーン。
Green.
Green Ranger. So right after that, what kind of physicality does it take for a role like that? Like, what's the workout like? Do you do a lot of cardio? Do you do a lot of lifting weights? What does it take to become that role?
どうやって体を鍛えましたか？なんかジムに行くとかウェイトトレーニング。
いや、長く話さない方がいいですか？短くして。
少しできるもの。
高校の自分に
Yeah, when I was in high school,
体操部だったから
I was in the gymnastics.
機械体操、
Yeah, gymnastics club.
それで体は十分できてたよ。
So yeah, he already trained physically through that
そんな
activity.
特別にそんなトレーニングはしてません。
So he didn't do the training specifically for that
ただし
character.
ジャックの練習は毎日夜あったので、
But he attended the jack training every night.
アクションの練習とか飛び降りたりするのはやってます。
So he practiced for that, action movement for the action films or jumping from a high place. He learned that through jack training at night.
で認めてもらえないと仕事がいただけないので頑張りました。
So without being approved, he cannot, get the role. He's not get cast. So he really tried hard for that training at Japan Action Club.
はい。
Yes.
I love it. So I personally want to know, because you've worked for Toei, you've worked for Toho, and maybe some others that I don't know. What is it like transitioning from working in television to working on movies?
そう、東映とか東宝とかいろいろされたと思うんですけど、変わりますよね。テレビから映画に変わるときに何か新しい発見とかありました？どんな感じでした？
いやテレビから映画に変わるっていうことはないです。
同時にやってた。
テレビの仕事、映画の仕事って別々にチャンスがあれば来る。
やっていたわけです。
そうです。
So he did, the same time, sometimes TV, sometimes movie. So he didn't have this like a big change. What transition?
Was the like shooting schedule different at all in the industry, or is it relatively the same kind of length of shoot, or just kind of the way things are produced there?
はい、撮影期間の違いはテレビと映画でどうですか？
まあ確かにテレビの連続番組っていうのは1年間やってるんです。
So TV series, it's a 1 year contract. It's running for a year
50本ぐらい
for like 50 episodes.
で映画の場合はまあ3ヶ月ぐらい
So for the movie, that takes 3 months.
だからレギュラー番組を持ってやってる時はそういう映画のちゃんとした仕事はできない。
So when he has a regular in the TV, he cannot accept a film job because he has to contribute his time for a year.
テレビが一回一段落終わって相手ここに入ってくるとそっちに集中する。
So as soon as he finished the TV series for a year, and then if he get an offer for a movie, then he will start working for the movie.
でまあその間に短い3日とか4日とか短い期間で終わるやつはその間に縫ってこうできるんですけど、ゲームモーションの仕事とかモーションキャプチャーとか。
So if he has a motion capture gig, which takes only 3 to 4 days between TV show and film, he accepts that offer too.
で CM もまあ1日2日で終わりますから。
If he has a commercial gig, it takes only 2 days to shoot. So he does that too between TV and film job.
ということです。わかりましたか？
That's all. Do you understand what I said?
Yes. Yes.
わかりましたか？
I thought-
Do you understand? Good?
You guys pick up what I said?
Yes.
Speaking of commercials, when I was doing some research for this panel, I heard that you played Bruce Lee. Is that true?
そう、ブルース・リーのコマーシャルと演じたそうですね。
これもよくしてますね。
Oh, you know that. Good job.
1年間やってましたテレビ。
テレビでそのコマーシャルが。
そうです。
So that commercial ran for a year in
4
Japan.
期やって以降4ヶ月ずつぐらい4種類。
So he has a 4 different version of the commercial.
だからその時に自分は結構有名人になったわけですよ。
So he became well known, well recognized, like celebrity through that commercial.
そうなんです。で顔を映してテレビに出れるチャンスがたくさん来たんだけど、
So after the commercial, he got a lot of offer to be the
テレビですか？
in TV, revealing his face.
でも自分はその当時スタントマンって自分が思ってたんで顔は出さないって決めてたから。
So he thought himself that he is a stuntman, and then he's not showing his face.
そのチャンスを逃してしまいました。
So he missed this chance to be on the TV with his, face showing.
とても後悔してます。
So I really regret that.
以上。
That's it.
Okay, so Ghidorah, you played in Rebirth of Mothra 3, both the big one and then the smaller prehistoric one. How did you get that role going into playing Ghidorah? What was the, did you get a call or someone call you for it?
ギドラの時大きいのと小さいのよくやりましたね。それはどうやってキャストされたんですか？なんか電話もらったとか、どういうきっかけでしたか？
だからそのブルース・リーをやったでしょ。ブルース・リー、ドラゴン、キング・ギドラ。
So he did the commercial, playing the role of Bruce Lee in the
ドラゴン、
Dragon,
北川。
Kitagawa.
そのテレビ CM を見てた監督とかプロデューサーがこいつだって。
So the producer and the director who saw him in that commercial playing Bruce Lee thought, That's him. We want him.
チャンスってくるもんですね。
So I was like, wow, that's a great chance.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand?
Yes.
Let's see. So
で、電話が直接うちにかかってきたんです。
So and then
プロデューサーが電話
監督
so the director directly called him
コマーシャル見て
after watching the commercial.
ちょっとやってくんないって
So, can you do it? The director called him and asked him.
キングギドラは怪獣の王様だから、まあ、一生の思い出にはいわかりました
Because he thought, oh, King Ghidorah is the king of the kaiju. So he decided to do it and he said, sure, I'll do it.
わかりましたか？
Do you understand?
Yes.
how did it feel playing such a classic villain character? Just like with legacy and history behind the character. Did you want to just try and do your own thing, or did you look at some of the previous King Ghidorahs for inspiration? Or like, what was the approach?
キングギドラ伝説のね怪獣ですけども、自分で新たな動きをクリエイトしたい方で、それとも過去の作品をたくさん見てリサーチしましたか動きを。
いや、キングギドラっていうのはご存知の通りすごくでっかいでしょ。
As you know, King Ghidorah is gigantic.
だから全然動けないんです。
So he can't move.
立ってるだけです。
He just stands.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand what I'm saying?
Yes. いやいやいやいやいや本当はだから立ってるだけしかできないギドラを走って飛びたいって監督が言って
So the director wants him to fly. It's very, big and heavy. He could only stand.
それで北川ができるだろうやってくれって言われた。
But director said, Kitagawa, you can do it. Please do it.
OK!
Okay.
Let's fly.
そして、ギドラを動かすのに20人の人たちがいるの。
There are 20 people to move King Ghidorah.
1、2、3
Yeah.
尻尾が2本。1、2、
And then two tails?
2
Two tails.
で、羽が2人。
And then 2 people works on the wings.
で、体は自分1人。
So the body is
そう
Kitagawa-san.
キングギドラを立たせるだけでもこう上にウインチがついてるんです。で、ワイヤーでこうつってあって、そのウインチはゴンドラっていうガーッと天井で動くやつについてるんです。
So there's the ceiling and there's
ウィンチっていうんですか、フックみたいな。
ウインチっていうのがモーターで動く
あー
こう巻き取り機、
there's a device machine.
それがゴンドラっていうレールで
Machine operated.
前後に
Like a
走る
pulley?
Like a pulley?
Like a pulley machine? You can
Pulley?
pull it down and it goes up?
イエスイエス。
Okay.
で、それがそのゴンドラっていう天井にレールがこう
There's a railing attached on the ceilings.
それにゴンドラっていうのがついてて、
There's
そ
a
こに
device.
そこにそのウインチがついてて、そのゴンドラを動かすのに10人ぐらいで引っ張んないといけない。
So there are 10 people is moving that device on the ceiling.
で、そこ
前から横で
で
back and forth.
走ってるわけですよね。そう、10
10
人ぐらいでそこからこ
2
う
people
走る。
are running from there to there.
このゴンドラがガーッとここに行くわけです。
So the ceiling device goes from here to there and 10 people are running and moving.
そうそうそう。で、20人のスタッフの人とミーティングをして、
They're meeting with 20 crew members.
Yes。で、俺は中でギドラをこう持ってこうやってるだ
So inside the body he's holding the Ghidorah.
けで、こう首
次はこっちの人をこういうふうに
And the other person operates the neck,
羽もね
and another people are moving the tails,
でそれでガーっていくから
and other people are running.
って言ってブワーって
And inside Kitagawa-san is like this and moving up. That's how it worked.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand what I was saying?
その動きが認められて次の年にゴジラをやってくれって言われたんです。
So that movement was approved and people loved it. So he got an offer to do Godzilla.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand? Right?
Yes.
Because way in the back is very distorted.
Hold the mic back just a little bit so that the guys in the back can hear us a little bit.
Oh,
It's a little distorted, so
Okay.
hold it back like this, Jim. Like this, Jim. Okay,
Check,
thank you.
check. Is this better? Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. All right, sorry about that, guys. So Godzilla, did you get a phone call for that too? Because I think Godzilla 2000 was directed by the same director as Rebirth of Monster 3.
そうモスラとゴジラの監督は一緒の監督でしたっけ？
監督ってメインの監督と特撮監督って2人いて、
The drama director and then, tokusatsu director. They're different directors.
Yes. Wasn't the drama directed by the same gentleman as well? I know that Shinichi Wakasa worked with you on the effects.
岩笠さん。
若狭さんはゴジラとか造形を作ってくれるモンスターズの社長です。
Wakasa-san is the president, the 社長
社長、
president of the company who creates
で
Godzilla.
若狭さんが自分を選んでくれた。
So Wakasa-san requested him.
Okay. Nice. What was the collaboration like? Did you have input to Wakasa-san on like how the suit could fit better or how it could move better?
若狭さんと話し合いがありましたか？体を合わせるとか。
もちろんです。
Of course.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand?
Yes.
My personal favorite, at least, of your performances is Godzilla Final Wars because it has so much character and movement. There's so much that you could do with the suit. You could punch monsters in the face. You could do all sorts of fun stuff with that. What was it feeling like having that freedom of mobility with that film?
ファイナルウォーズが一番彼が好きで、それをパンチしたりとか、みんな動きなんですけど、それをなんか工夫しました。楽しかったですか？こう動ける自由が。
とても楽しかったです。
Yeah, it was fun, a lot of fun.
でその前までは、SOS までのゴジラは全然動けなかったので、
He couldn't move up to SOS, Godzilla SOS.
でファイナルウォーズの絵コンテに監督が馬乗りになって怪獣を殴るっていうコンテがあって、
There was a storyboard that Godzilla is on the top and punching another kaiju.
でも SOS までのゴジラっていうのは
Up to the SOS Godzilla, it moves like this, so the head goes that way.
わかりましたか？
Did you understand what I was trying to explain?
Yes.
So he enjoyed the freedom that he can move more and
だか
find
ら
wars.
監督にメインの監督にこの今までのスーツではこの作品はできないので動きやすく作り直してもいいですかって聞い
若
た。
狭さんじゃ入れる。
若狭さんと2人で監督に言った。
So he and Wakasa-san talked to the director in order to, move more freely after he saw the picture storyboard. He said, he cannot move if they make the same type of suit up to the Godzilla SOS. So Wakasa-san and Kitagawa-san talked to the director to request, special suits to make him move freely.
それで今までのゴジラのやっぱり形っていうのも大事だけど、やっぱり動きを重視したゴジラに作り直してもらって、自分の体にほとんど合っているスーツになったんです。
So it's important to keep the traditional Godzilla form of style when they create the costume, but he requested for the costume suit to fit really perfectly to his body so that he can move freely.
だから自由にじゃないけどすごく動きやすくなったので、やってる本人もすごく楽しかったし、ただ昔からのゴジラが好きな人はちょっとねっていう人もいたっていうことですね。
So Kitagawa-san enjoyed wearing that suit because it's not, it's big and heavy, so cannot really move freely, but much easier to move as compared to the Godzilla suit before that. So he really enjoyed the new style of suit. But some people were not happy about the new type of suit if they like the traditional type of suit.
そういうことです。わかりましたか？
So do you understand?
Yes.
He wants to make sure.
Just say yes. In the previous suits, when we're comparing the Final War suits and whatnot, I believe, just a side note, when he was demonstrating it on me physically, that a lot of the times, for those of you that don't know, some of you might know this and be like, "Duh, Jacob," but the head of Kitagawa-san is typically like right here on Godzilla, and then for the arms, it's kind of his arms, Kitagawa-san's arms are almost at Godzilla's elbows. So if you think about that kind of proportion and kind of moving around like that, it could be quite difficult.
頭ここです。
Oh, we're getting up.
So he's going to show it. His head is there, that level. His shoulder is there of the body. So he moves like that. That's how he moved inside the suit. The fin is that big. So when you turn around, some other people get hit by the, tails and fin. So they really have to be careful.
Do you understand?
Do you understand? You stole my line, he said.
All right, it is about 12:30. That is halfway through our panel. So if Kitagawa-san is okay with this, I think we should open up with some fan questions.
じゃあ北川さん、12時半になりましたので、ファンからのクエスチョンを受け取っていいですか？
So, yes, he's excited.
あまり重たいやつは受け取れませんからね。
But if it's really serious one, I won't answer.
So So Jonathan right here has a mic. We can form a line at the green tape. If anyone's got a question, please ask. Come to the green tape if you do.
Will you be in any future Godzilla movies?
もし将来ゴジラフィルムの出演したいですか？出演しますか？
したいです。
I want to, yes, I want to.
So, what was your favorite to play, Super Sentai or Godzilla?
Oh, which was the favorite
Favorite to perform.
form? はい、どっちスーパー戦隊とゴジラどっちが演じてて好きですか？
それは動きやすい方がいいに決まってるじゃん。
Of course, like Super Sentai, he can easy to move, so he prefers
そうですよね、皆さん。
Of course, right? You agree?
What was it like playing Godzilla after the whole controversy of 1998 coming out and everything? Was there any added pressure from yourself on playing Godzilla after such like a controversial take on the character, or any pressure from the studios or anything?
98年にゴジラのなんか騒ぐのかなんか批判があった。
What was that controversy?
Just like how different that take of the character was compared to anything else.
So the 1998 TriStar Godzilla.
98年。
Some people didn't like it, some people liked it. He's asking, your Godzilla in Japan right after that American movie, was there any pressure? Was it
But
just...
American
Yeah, because Godzilla 2000 came right after that. So he's asking if there's any like extra pressure because this movie may have been received controversially.
98年 is that American?
The American film was,
アメリ
yes.
カバージョンの98年のゴジラがあった時賛否両論がありましたよね。でその後に2000年にゴジラを演じる時にちょっと緊張しました。どこが決めてくれるか。
撮影入るときは緊張しましたけど、封切りのときには緊張しません。
So before the shooting start, he was nervous, but then once it's going to be released, he was okay. He didn't feel any pressure.
Thank you.
So was
You're good, buddy.
Come on.
what's your favorite movie monster other than Godzilla?
ゴジラ以外に好きな怪獣はいますか？
モス。
Mothra.
If you guys have already gone up, you can ask another question. It's totally cool. So,
Awesome. So it's great to see you again. I know that when you are filming movies, it's all about kind of being serious and making sure that you're doing a good job. But are there any like silly moments that you've ever had when you're filming? That like maybe someone's just in the way at the wrong time, just something funny that you kind of got away with when you're filming.
撮影所の時にみんなご自身真面目にやってると思うんですけど、でもなんかほら笑っちゃうような NG シーンとかありますかね。
まあたまにはね。
Every once in a while.
例えば監督が特撮っていうのは大体長くて6倍数って分かります？ 1 秒間に24個もガタガタガタって回ってるんです。
So 24 rolls, the film rolls
特撮は
per
6倍
second.
3倍から6倍で撮るからカーッと回るわけです。
Tokusatsu rolled it as 3 times or 6 times faster.
で、よーいって監督が言ったらカチッと入ってブーンって回り始
So the director said,
める。
ready?
で、って俺もこうってやったら監督が
Ready?
あれって言うんです。
And kind of said, huh?
みんなあれってこう
So everybody was getting ready, then director said, oh wait a minute. So everybody was like, oh, okay, not ready.
そう、そうい
So
う
that was funny
浅
moment.
田監督がよくやってました。浅田
The
監督。
director named Asada often did that.
お願いしますよっていつも言ってるんです。
So the actors in Kitagawa said, please, director, we're ready. So
まあ笑えると言ったらそのぐらいしかないですか
so the funny moment is, yeah, that incident was a funny memory.
Awesome, thank you so much.
ら。はい。
Hello. I've heard a great deal about you training in some martial arts. I was curious to know what martial arts styles specifically have you trained in, and how you applied that in suit acting.
武術を習ってたっていうことなんだけど、どこのタイプの武術を習ってて、それをどうやってスーツアクターの動きに生かしましたか？
まあ武術は中国の先生ですね。
He was a Chinese martial arts sensei.
で、まあその中国武術っていうのはいっぱい種類があって、
There are various kinds of, schools.
長拳とか水拳とか
長
行動拳
拳、
とか
水拳。
こういっぱいあって、
There are many.
そういう動き、面白い動きがたくさんあるんで、
There are very interesting movements.
ヒーローの名乗り、さっきやったヒーローポーズに役に立つから。
So he demonstrated the, superhero pose a few minutes ago. So it was very helpful to have the Chinese martial arts background.
です。
Kung Fu?
そう、こういう
Do you understand?
Yes.
In Final Wars, weren't there some like kaiju that were animation and CGI? What was it like fighting them when they weren't even there?
So like in Godzilla Final Wars, there are monsters done with CGI effects, not in the suit. What was it like when you're playing Godzilla interacting with something that isn't there? It's computer generated, so it's a computer effect. It's not physically in front of Kitagawa-san.
ファイナルウォーズであれですか、CG を使った怪獣と戦ったんですか？
戦いましたよ。
その時はどういうかやりにくいとか。
いや、慣れてるからそういうのは。スーパーヒーローのテレビの撮影ってそういうことがよくあるので、そういう撮影には慣れてる。
He's used to do those situations when he was doing the TV series, so it was okay. It's not difficult to counteract with the CG
ファイナルウォーズだとジラーですね。
Final was
ジラって1998年。
Jira.
Yeah,
The
like
98.
the TriStar Godzilla.
トライスターがジラ。ギューッと出てきて。
It shows up like this,
ってな感じ。
like that.
Hi there. I really like your jacket, first off.
かっこいいですね。
ありがとうございます。
My question is, did you have any complications wearing the suit like your co-stars did? Like, were there any troubles, like, oh, it's really hot, or it's really hard to breathe, it's really, really heavy, like, any complications while wearing the suit?
なんかスーツを着てて、スリルとか痛いとか怪我するとかいろいろありましたか？
もちろんです。
Of course,
しょっちゅう。
all the time.
Thank you. Thank you.
ゴジラスーツだ。
Oh, Godzilla suit.
So I was wondering, when you got the part of Godzilla, did you ever get any tips from your predecessors like Nakajima or Satsuma for the role?
中島さんや佐久間さんにその初めてゴリラキャストされゴリラじゃゴジラキャストされた時
ゴリラっていう。
Sorry, I said gorilla instead of Godzilla. In Japanese, gorilla.
いい加減にしてください。
からアドバイスをもらうようにしましたか、聞きに行きましたか。
同じゴジラはしたくなかったので。
He didn't want to do the same type of Godzilla. He wants to create his own Godzilla. So he didn't ask for advice.
Have you been like injured while like wearing a suit or like hurt or something
怪我した
while filming a movie?
ゴジラやって怪我したことある。
まあゴジラって結構こういっぱいついてるからスポンジつけてるようなもんなんで。
Godzilla, wearing Godzilla suit, it's like wearing a sponge, lots of sponge.
でまあこけるっていうぐらいはそんなに大したことない。
So even he falls down, it doesn't really, become that big injury.
ただし火薬がこう体の前面にこ
But he's wearing firecrackers.
はいついてるんです。
There's so many firecrackers.
こう構えてると
So when he's posing like that,
でここにズボーンと突き下がってこう手が穴開いちゃう時があります。だから火薬が皮膚を破る、ここだけ薄いんでこういうふうに
it's
だからスーツが薄い。
そうそう手を
so the suit is thin, this part. So sometimes
つ
the
いてるだんだん
fire penetrates, and sometimes there's some burns around here.
火薬がこう当たって
So the fire goes this way, firecracker goes this way.
火薬の玉さガラス玉の中に火薬が入ってるから。
There's like a ball, small ball made of glass, and it goes here, and then that's like stubs on this part sometimes.
中にこういうのをつけたりしてました。
So yeah, he started wearing the supporters inside the suit around here to avoid that. And he was wearing goggle to protect his eyes. And this part is thin,
このぐらいしかない。
as thin as that's fabric. So you have to wear goggles
I'm gonna
ってな感じです。
like that.
I'm gonna jump in real quick. I don't remember which Sentai series it was, but didn't you injure your leg on one of them and you had to recover a little bit?
足を怪我してちょっとしばらくですか、時間かかりましたか。
まあそうですね、半年まあでもやってましたけど。
Yes, it took 6 months to heal.
後ろ向きに飛び降りるの始めたぐらい3階ぐらいから。
It's 3 flights up, and then he was jump off like backwards.
逆回って言ってこうシュッとこうシャーッと上がるのを飛び降りて飛ぶ。
So the actual TV, it looks like he's jumping, but the actual shooting, he's jumping off, backwards. But the film shows, the opposite way.
だから飛び降りる時っていうのは人間が降りる時にこう降りるからそれで OK だけど。
The regular way, when you jump off, you jump, landed this way, but
逆回の場合は落ちるまでそれができないから。
So he had to keep his posture until he lands.
ってやるから怪我するんです。
That's why he got injured.
ガムテープを巻いて仕事をしてました。
So he still kept working by really supporting with like moving tapes, masking tapes around his
休めない
legs.
から。
Yeah, he cannot take day off, so he still kept working.
All right. Thanks very much.
Hello, Mr. Kitagawa. I'd just like to know how often miniatures were accidentally destroyed, and if you have any funny stories about that.
ミニチュアのセットが壊れちゃった時に また出ちゃった出ちゃった。
You know very well, he said.
そういう時になんか笑い話ありますか？
笑い話にならない。
It cannot be funny if it happens.
ワンウィーク1週間かけて作ってるし。
It takes 1 week to create the miniature set.
で、俺が失敗して、
If he makes a mistake and it's broken, and he gets in trouble.
みんなシラーっとしちゃってもう。
So everybody gets really disappointed if it happens.
とても悲しい思い出でした。
So if it happens, when it happened, it was a really sad memory for him.
胃が痛くて。
And he had a stomach ache, and he felt so bad about that.
ミレニアムの1年間は大変でした。
So it was really hard to do for a year of millennia.
わかりましたか？
Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi. Can you read there again?
Yes.
So aside from Satsuma and Nakajima, did you meet any of the other Godzilla suit actors that played him in the 70s, and the couple in the 60s, or you just met Satsuma and Nakajima?
他のゴジラの人は薩摩さんとか田島さんとも一緒でね。他に誰か世代の方々。
いや、会ったことはないです。
Oh, he has not met other people.
コメンションって
でも中島さんとサスマさんしか会ったことないです。
So even for a convention, he's only met Satsuma-san and Nakajima-san, but he had no chance to meet other previous suit actors for Godzilla.
他の怪獣はわかりますけど、ゴジラをやったっていう方とはお会いしてない。
He's met other suit actors who played different kaijus, but not for Godzilla suit actors.
I got one more question. How come you weren't in GMK? How come you chose for that one, or did they just do a different direction for that?
GMK?
Godzilla Mothra King Ghidorah 2001.
Oh, GMK?
Yes.
He was asking about Kitagawa's absence from that movie. Yoshida-san played Godzilla instead. He was asking why that
どう
was.
して北川さんはその間お休みとかいなかったんですか？
いや、きっとその前のゴジラ対メガギラスのゴジラが良くなかったから降ろされたんじゃないですか。
He was wondering maybe he didn't do well for Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, so that's why he wasn't cast. He was wondering.
そういう世界ですから。
So that's the show business.
I understand.
Yes.
Nobody else got some questions? We got like 14 more minutes. Anything you want to know from Kitagawa-san? I see someone coming up fast.
Hello. I'm curious, if you have seen any of the legendary films, how do you feel about the Godzilla portrayal and choreography in those films?
その昔の古典のクラシックのゴジラを見て動きに関してどう思いますか？クラシックなゴジラとか動き。
いや、好きですよ、すごく。
I love it.
今の動きっていうのは作られてるものが多いんで。
The current movement is really the made, ready made, already like choreographed.
あれはやっぱり本当の動きですよね。
So the classic Godzilla, that's the real original movement.
素晴らしいと思います。
I think it's really amazing and wonderful.
Thank you very much.
はい。
Hope you guys find it.
What would you say makes your Godzilla performance unique?
あなたのゴジラパフォーマンスはどの点にと言えます？もう唯一の、これはもう唯一の俺のゴジラな動きだから。
明日まで考えてもいいですか？
Can I think it over till tomorrow?
I understand. My friend had a question. He was wondering, what was it like to go from a more standard, slow, moving Godzilla to the more agile and physical one in Final Wars?
友達からのクエスチョンで、ゆっくりのゴジラからそのいろいろ早く動けるかゴジラに動くその変遷についてどう思いますか？変わり方ですよね。
So it's a comparison between the slow movement.
Yeah, what was it like going between the different styles of like a more slower, lumbering Godzilla compared to the more physical one in Final Wars, the more agile one?
ファイナルウォーズでその早く動きやすいゴジラにどう感じましたか？
そうですね。いやまあそれまでのゴジラって本当にファイナルウォーズで変えたわけではなくて、本当に重かったり足が上がらなかったりして動けなかったから。
Until then, it was so heavy. It was so heavy that he couldn't raise the legs and cannot move faster until the final war.
それをやっぱりずっとやりたかったんです。
He really wanted to do the agile version, fast movement version.
ファイナルウォーズでやっとゴジラができたかなっていう。
So finally he felt I was able to do this Godzilla that I really wanted.
Thank you.
なんです。
One more question. When portraying Godzilla, did you ever wish you could have been in a film where you played Godzilla fighting King Kong? And if so, who would you have wanted to play King Kong as your fight partner?
もしゴジラ対キングコングをできたとしたら、キングコング役に誰にやってもらいたかったですか？
I'm built like a gorilla.
思いつかない。
いや、いくらでもいますけど。
He said there are so many suit actors he would request for King Kong.
まあお芝居ですからね。
It's the acting.
彼だってお芝居なしでできるから。
Oh, he can do it really like naturally without acting. That's why he wants him to play King Kong.
彼を倒すにはどうしたらいいか考えないといけないから。
Because he has to think about the strategy, how to win over him, how to beat him up.
きっとゴジラもキングコングに対してそう思ってたんじゃないかな。
So like Godzilla, he's sure that Godzilla was really think that way. How can I beat this King Kong? Always thinking about the strategy.
キングコングは強いですよ。
King Kong is really strong.
自分はそう思う。
He thinks so. He thinks King Kong is really strong.
Worthy opponent. Thank you. I understand.
I understand.
You probably say that like your favorite thing to do is Godzilla, or like what your favorite movie was to act in.
Oh, besides Godzilla?
So,
Besides Godzilla,
no, just as Godzilla.
Other favorite?
Yeah, including Godzilla. Including Godzilla, yes.
So like, what was his favorite performance?
Yeah.
Just anything.
Okay. 一番が今まで演じた中で、ゴジラでも戦隊も何でもいいですけど、好きな役は何ですか？はい。
キャラクターの方がいいですね。
あ、何でも大丈夫。
素顔でやってた役でもいいんですか？
いいんじゃないですか。
is it only for as a suit actor or revealing, showing his face? Any character?
Like any character, like
何でもいい。
キューティーハニーっていうテレビがある。
There's a TV series called Cutie Honey.
で、作之助っていう役で、
He played the role of the character called Sakunosuke.
半分からずっと出てたんですけど、まあ、こうなんていうの、全部の中の半分ぐらい、途中から出てきた。
Oh, yeah, he started appearing in the halfway of the series.
そのおじさんは唯一人間なのにすごく強くてアクションができて、でいつもビールを飲んでる。
So that character was a middle-aged guy. Is only the human among the other characters, but he's really strong for human, and he's always drinking beer.
で、キューティーハニーって全部死んじゃったんだけど、唯一一人だけ自分が生きてる。
So the character, all other characters died, but his character was the only one who survived. Yeah. That's why he liked it.
Was it the beer?
Beer が良かったんです。
The beer worked.
Alright, thank you so much.
We'll do you last two guys, and we'll wrap up with the gentleman behind Common Writer. So we'll do the last three. I think it's three.
Not fast. Shin Ultraman, Ben Furuya recently participated in that film via performance capture. If offered the opportunity, is that something that you would do if you were offered in a Godzilla production? Performance capture.
For the motion capture?
Motion capture.
そういうの、ビン・フルヤさんは最近このモーションキャプチャーやりましたけど、もししてはそういうオファーが来たら、モーションキャプチャーやってみたいですか？
もちろんやります。
Of course I'll do.
いや、それもうやってるし実際。
あ、もうやってる。
いや、スーパーヒーローの巨大ロボとか。
巨大ロボ。
He's done the motion capture work in.
もう番組名は忘れちゃいましたけど。
You forget the name.
If you were offered it in a
The robot. You said the big robot.
If you were offered it in a new Godzilla film.
Would he motion capture Godzilla? Is what he's asking.
もしゴジラのモーションキャプチャーがあったらやります。
もちろん、of course.
Thank you.
Common Writer.
Pardon me if I'm a little muffled. As somebody who is a veteran in the industry, do you have any recommendations for someone that's trying to get into the craft of stunt work and suit acting?
Can I say that?
Yeah. So for somebody that wants to do what Kitagawa-san does and do stunt work and suit acting, how do you start?
ただスーツアクターになりたい人だったら何をおすすめして何からやったらいいかその人にアドバイスしますか？
まずは自分のやりたいことを決めて、それに向かって楽しく頑張れる練習方法を探す。
First of all, he has to set up the goal or think about what he really wants to do. And once he set up the goal, he needs to find a way to practice or train himself while having fun.
そうです。自分は辛い思いばっかりしてきたんで、楽しく覚えれば嫌にならない。
So he's been through a lot while those, hard training. So if somebody wants to do it, he said, please enjoy the process. 仮面ライダー number one.
There was a Toho film.
He said he's living in a cool way.
I put the pressure on you a little bit, Jacob. I'm sorry.
There was a film called All About Our House in 2001 Toho film, where the 2000 Mechagodzilla and Mechagear suit make a cameo. Were you in that suit for that movie or no? All About Our House 2001 from Toho.
There's a movie from 2001 called All About Our House, and there's some cameos from Godzilla and Mechagearus. Was he Godzilla in those scenes? Like there's a house party and
Walked out of the apartment.
Yeah.
自衛隊は何をやってるんだって言ってるんです。
That's what he's like, as a soldier of self-defense.
自衛隊。
Oh,
Yeah, well,
oh, Kamera's here.
this panel's getting crazy.
いやー、好きなんだカメラ。
I love Kamera.
Godzilla's coming. Oh, we got a party. Godzilla camera coming in here.
いや、話題の顔合わせですね。
Oh, look at that.
いやー、すごい。
This is a surprise to me.
最高だ、最高。
Nice, great. What a great closer to this panel. Right at you. Here he comes.
Kitagawa said, don't bow to me.
Oh, there's another one. Oh, no. Here comes Titanicus. He's stuck. Here comes Titanicus. 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 Look at that. Should we stand up? So
Kitagawa-san
they can
is
see
impressed.
us?
He said it's well
We
made.
stand up for a picture. Stand up.
Kitagawa-san said that they stole the show.
Here they come.
There you go, Sean. There you go. Buddy.
Somebody have Titanic as a stand.
Yeah.
There you go. Straight ahead. Straight ahead. There you go. Left, left. Left, left. There you go.
Got it? Yep.
Kitagawa-san said, they're leaving now.
They'll be back. I hope they crash the other ones.